Hi, Best Buds. It's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. Today, we're going to make some elegant journaling cards, but first, let's have our shout out to Lenny, Sherry, Debbie, Carrie, Black Coffee, Cathy, Dawn, and Stacy. I appreciate each and every one of you. I have some book page here, and what I want to do is I want to cut my book page so that there isn't any border around it anymore. So I'm simply going to take my scissors and I'm just going to trim around, just like that. Very simply done. So let's get this all taken care of, just like that. And then one more side right there. So now we have a beautiful piece of book page without our borders. And then what I want to do is I want to bring in a piece of cardstock. Now, this isn't my style anymore. I don't know that it ever was, but I coffee dyed it. So it's cardstock, and it came out of a paper pad. And I want to use this side. So I'm actually going to take my book page and I'm going to glue it on top of this. Now, we're not going to use this part that has this print here. It almost looks like it's a leopardy print. We're not going to use that part, but I want to use the cardstock. So I'm going to bring in my flat brush. What is it, Cathy? It's a brush. And I'm going to bring in my white school glue. This happens to be Elmer's. I have mixed it with water. And I always get how much water. Well, if this thing was, full, I would probably put this much water right here in this whole thing. I mean, I'm not going to really water it down super a lot, but I do add water to it. It just helps make it thinner and it helps it go a little further. So I'm just poured some out onto my cardstock, and I'm just spreading it out so there aren't any lumps. Now, if you want to attach by using a glue stick, then that's the way you should do that. I just don't have much luck with glue sticks. I'm kind of thinking that people are telling me that maybe it's my brand, but I don't know. But it doesn't matter. I'm happy using my watered down school glue because I don't get any bumps or wrinkles in it if I apply it with my brush and I really get it on there thin and I don't have lumps to begin with. Then I get a completely smooth application of my cardstock my book page onto my cardstock. Alrighty, so now we look like this, right? So what I want to do now is I want to cut this right here into a piece that's 3.5 by 5.5. So we're just cutting this to be 3.5 by 5.5. And here we are right here. And does that look, for some reason it looks a little crooked, but it's just an illusion. It's not crooked. So now what I want to do is I want to take my corner rounder and I'm going to round my corners right here. So this is the size of our finished, it's not finished yet, but it's going to be the size of our journaling card when we get finished adding all kinds of things to it. It's going to be 3.5 by 5. And I'm going to bring in my ink and I'm just going to quickly ink around the edges. Now in my example, I did sew and I took it to my machine and I sewed all the way around this card. On what we're making today, right now, I'm not going to sew, so you can see that it will be just as beautiful if you sew as if you don't sew, okay? So we've got that done. The next thing I want to do, I'm going to set my glue out of the way. I need some room on my table here, is we're going to bring in some little printable cards. Now, even in paper packs, a lot of times they have little cards like this that you can use. These are adorable, aren't they? They're kitty cats. I absolutely love these little things. And these are from Let's see, Vintage by Me. That's where I got those on Etsy. These are from Vintage by Me as well. Aren't these pretty? And I sewed around these right here, these four. I got sewed them around. I did not sew around on the kitties because that's what we're going to use in our card today. Or you can go ahead and maybe you have some botanicals. So it doesn't matter what you have. It'll be just perfect. So let's see, which kitty cat are we going to use? Well, that's a funny one. I think I want to use this one right here. So all we're going to do is we're going to take our pre-printed card and we're going to just elevate it up just a little bit to become just a little more elegant. And you can do that with simple things like the botanicals. You can elevate them as well. Whatever your subject that you have, you can elevate it. Now I have a little bit of lace like this, and it's material, and I'm sure it has a name. I'm not a seamstress that knows what all these things are called. I don't know. But what I'd like to do is I would like to glue this kitty cat right on to my little piece of lace, just like that, right on the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually place my glue right onto my fabric here. And I'm just going to place my card right on top, just like that. Very simple. And then it will be attached. Now you can use fabric tack if you want. That will work just fine. Now the reason why I use hot glue really is for a couple of reasons. It's quick, it's easy, and it's great when I'm on the video and I need something to be dry instantly. It just works out perfect for me. So I'm just trimming the edge right there. Get that trimmed off. There we go. All right, isn't that cute? That is absolutely adorable already, right? So let's bring in our card, and we're going to place this right on our card like that. But first, I'm going to bring in a little bit of another type of flat lace. And this one, let's find the end. Here it is right here. It's just like this. You buy this on the bolt at the fabric store or the craft store, wherever you buy your material. And I'm going to cut me off a piece like this, and I'd like to just place it onto my, I don't need it to be so wide, I don't need to use that much, so I'm going to cut me out a piece, cut that piece in half I should say, and let's lay it right over here on the edge. And I don't even mind if it hangs over a little bit, that's okay. I just want to get a little bit more going on. So I'm going to add my glue right on here like this and add my lace right on the top. I'm going to have it hang over just a tiny bit. I'm going to press it down with my spoon. I got a little bump right there, so I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to press it down again. I waited a little long before I pushed it down. There we go. Alrighty, so now I'm just going to simply lay this right over the top. I hear my dog. Just one second. Alright, you guys, I turned on my white noise machine. Yes, my very, very old Australian Shanky, my Australian Shepherd, his name is Hanky. I call him Hanky Panky Poo. Anyway, he's ancient. And he's waking up for his lunch, and I'll feed him as soon as I'm finished here. Alrighty, so I have got a beautiful label here. It's a number label. No, wait a second. This label I don't think is from where I thought it was. I'm going to have to look. Down below it's going to tell you where this is from. I'm going to have to look and see where I got this one. Where I'm thinking I got it, I don't think is where I got it. And I don't want to tell you the wrong place, so you'll have to look down below to find out. I'm sorry, find out where this one's from. I'm racking my brain real quick to see if I can figure it out. I just printed it out, and I don't know I'm not going to say because I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to fold it in half. This is going to be our tab at the top. And I'm going to decide, do I want the 17 or the 12? For some reason, I like the 12 right now. And I'm going to place this right in the middle. And let's see, where is that middle? It's about right here. And do I need to cut my, I'm going to probably need to cut my lace just a little bit. No, I don't need to cut it. It will be just fine. I'm going to place it right in the middle like this. And I'm going to pick it up. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lay my glue right down, and then I'm just going to fold it right back on itself like that, and that way I can get that on. And then I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to glue. I glued pretty good already. I'm going to glue a little bit more just to make sure it really stays down nicely. Alrighty, so now we look like that, and then let's bring our kitty back in. And our kitty, or maybe you have a botanical or whatever you choose to use, we're going to glue it down just like this. So once again, I'm going to add my glue onto my tag, my little small tag, and I'm going to just lay it right in the middle, just down like that. Then I'm going to glue my lace down, just like that. Wiggling and making noise. Oh my goodness, isn't that cute now? That is so cute. I have a little bit of the 1/8 inch satin ribbon, and I made a bow, and I made a bow by using my thread. And what I did was I just cut a piece of thread. This is very heavy thread. It's antique, that's for sure. It's a wooden spool and everything. It's really cool looking. But anyway, I'm going to take my satin ribbon, the 1/8 inch, and I'm just going to simply put a couple of loops on either side of my thumb. So we're like this. And then I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to loop it together so it's looped like this. You see the loop? I'm going to lay the loop right over. Okay, so the loop is right there. See that loop? I'm going to take my ends and I'm going to, they're not even, so I'm going to see if I can even them up. They'll go through the loop better if I even them. Go through the loop. I'm going to grab a hold of them. If I can do this without using my teeth. I just lost it. Okay, let's make this even and then that will work out a little better. All right, you make your loop. You make your loop. You lay it over under your thumb. You take the ends of your thread, you push them through. There, that better. That's much better. And you pull it because you made kind of a little loop that's going to get tight. And you just straighten out your thread. And it's even. You pull it together like this. It's all even. And then you've got your two pieces. Well, if you tie a knot right now, it's not going to work because you made a loop. So I'm going to take one piece, I'm going to go around, and now I'm going to tie my knot. Do it with my left hand here. Okay, I've got that through. I'm just going to pull. There. And now I've got a nice knot and my ribbon isn't going to come apart. Now the reason why I did that instead of tying a bow is that it's flat. It's completely flat. There's no bulge in the middle. And I really like that a lot. So either one I use, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to, and I love the thread that's tied in the middle. I just like the extra look that it gives. I'm going to put a little glue on the bow, and I'm just going to lay it right here in the middle, and I'm going to press down. Oh, it's looking adorable already, isn't it, guys? Isn't that so cute? Now, see what I mean by the strings here? I just think they're really pretty. I hope you can see that on camera. And I'm just, whoops, sorry. I'm just going to snip this right here at the end. I'm not going to have them hang down further than the card, but I do like them to hang down. Then I'm going to take this little bit of bling right here, and I'm just going to place it right here on top of my lace on the bottom of the card. Something like that. Oh my goodness. And that's all you need to do to elevate your cards that you may have. Now, they're great. The little cards are great to stick in places, but sometimes it's really nice to make a larger card and use the smaller one just to accent it a little more. Oh my goodness, you guys, and see the back? It's really nice to be able to journal on. I do hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.